Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be replacing, or not replacing, but draining and filling the transmission fluid. It's a CVT transmission in my 2012 Nissan Sentra Special Edition. This has 88,300 miles or so on it. So in the user's manual or maintenance thing, it does not mention in the service intervals CVT transmission fluid replacement. It is mentioned as a premium feature, a premium option. So supposedly it's supposed to last the life of the transmission, so you don't need to replace it, but you can if you want to. It has a drain spot, a drain plug, and you can remove it and replace it. So it's not mentioned in the service manual or maintenance guide. Then in the owner's manual, it talks about it here very briefly. Continuously variable transmission, which is CVT fluid. Use only genuine Nissan CVT fluid NS-2. Do not mix with other fluids. Using transmission fluid other than genuine Nissan CVT fluid NS-2 will damage the CVT, which is not covered by the warranty. Now my warranty is expired, but I still don't want to damage the CVT. So following this information, I went and bought from Nissan this thing. Nissan Group, genuine parts, continuously variable transmission, CVT fluid, Nissan NS-2, 4 quarts. This is 4 quarts. Now in the section here, so I got the Nissan branded one, because no matter how much you drain from it, there will still be some left in it, and if you use a different brand, it tells you here not to. So if you use a different brand, it's going to mix up with the one that is left in there, so it may not be good. But I'm not a mechanic, so I'm just following the safe route here and just using genuine fluid. Those quarts were $20 or so each, so that was $80 worth of fluids there, 4 quarts. It tells you here, when checking or replacement of CVT fluid is required, we recommend your Nissan dealer for servicing. So they don't even tell you in the owner's manual that you can do it yourself. If you go back into the capacities here in section 9, let's see. Here, section 9. So this is supposed to tell you the capacities of all different fluids of the vehicle. So see here, it says, it's not focusing, here you go. Continuously variable transmission CVT. It does not even tell you the capacity that it may take, because they don't want you to do it. They want you to take it to the dealer. So it says use genuine CVT fluid NS-2. And here number 2, the same warning. Use only genuine Nissan CVT, and the rest of the stuff. So I'm going to use the CVT fluid recommended by Nissan. The way to do it is, you're supposed to drain it all as much as you can, and you will be already got the thing set up, and it is that pan there. You see that big bolt in the bottom, so that is a 19 millimeter socket drain plug. So I'm going to use this breaker bar to loosen it and remove it. After the drain, I'm going to use my Tecton torque wrench to tighten it. I'm going to replace the washer with this crush washer. I got this from Nissan as well, with my oil filters. They sell them on Amazon too. The specs for the drain plug for this is not mentioned in the owner's manual, so I looked it up online, and many people say it is 20, just like the Pathfinder, 26 foot-pounds of torque. So that's what I'm going to use. It says it's between 22 and 29, so I'm going to go with 26 for the torque. 26 foot-pound of torque, and hope that is good. You can feel it also when it's reaching that level of torque. Yeah, so that is it. I'm going to go ahead and remove the plug and let it drain, and we'll show you that. I forgot to mention, since they don't tell you the exact capacity to fill it up with, what you are supposed to do, or what I'm going to do, is I'm going to drain as much as I can in the drain pan there, and wait until the dripping stops, put the drain plug back in, replace the washer, put it back in, torque it to spec, and finish with that. Now I'm going to bring that over here and remove the dipstick from the top. I will already loosen it, so there will not be there will be enough air circulation for it to drain easily. If you leave the dipstick in there, it may be there is so much suction, it will not come out as easily. So I'm going to remove it before then. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to empty 1 quart of the fluid in it, and then that empty quart I'm going to fill it up with the old oil, and then do the same thing with the next quart and next quart, and that will tell me approximately how much fluid came out of it. But that is not the measure. So once you put all that you took out in it, you will have to turn it on, go through the gears, and then you will have to drive it for a little bit to reach operating temperature, and check the fluid level using the dipstick while it's running to see if it's at the correct level, and you will add more if it's not, and that's how you'll know. So draining it and putting exactly the same amount may not be as accurate, but we will do that all together once we get to that point. So I'm going to remove the drain plug, drain it, and put it back in, and torque it and all that off camera, because I'm going to be wearing my gloves that are oil resistant gloves. All right, bye. So I forgot to mention, make sure before you do any transmission fluid replacement thing, make sure you can reach and remove the cap for the filling spot. So in my case, I need to fill it up from the dipstick, and the dipstick has a little bit of a different technique since it is meant only for Nissan technicians to do this. You need to push this tab in and then pull it up. Make sure you can do that and remove the dipstick first before you drain the fluid, just to be sure, because if you drain it and you can't remove this for any reason, then now you can't drive the vehicle because it doesn't have transmission fluid. So make sure you remove this first and drain it after. I'm gonna try to do this with my phone sitting here. Hopefully I don't drop it inside of the thing. Let's see. It is just sitting on the hoses. Well, actually I can't, because I need to reach the dipstick with my hand and pull it. So it's just, you press here and you pull it up. Let's see. Yeah, the tab is pressed, so I pulled it up and it came off. You can see. So now I'm able to drain it without the fear of not being able to fill it. So just wanted to show that. Okay, so I'm just gonna show this part as well, which is checking up the fluid level. Once you remove the dipstick, you'll need to wipe it on something to dry the oil from it. So it has only one, let me put it down. Oh, come on. Here we go. So it has only one indicator for the liquid or fluid to be hot, and it's there. This is low and this is high. And usually, like on my Pathfinder, on the other side will say cold. This one doesn't say that, so I'm guessing you need to check it when it's hot. It's a very short dipstick compared to my Pathfinders. And on the top it does tell you here, Nissan CVT fluid NS-2. It does tell you here, use only Nissan, so that's what I'm doing. Alright, so I'm gonna wipe this clean, and then I'm gonna stick it inside of the tube, and I'm gonna flip the side that clips to that metal piece on the other opposite side so it doesn't clip on it. Push it all the way in, And now it's in there. Now I'm going to remove it to look at the level. And it looks like, I don't know if you can tell, but it looks like it's all the way to here. It's not there, it's here. And this is kind of hot. It's not running right now, but it was hot earlier, so now let's call it warm. And it is at this level. So I'm gonna fill it up to there once I'm finished, and that should be good. Okay, so I'm under the vehicle, and I already loosened the drain plug, so I'm gonna remove it with my hands, hopefully. Yeah, here you go. There it is, draining right into the pan, and I still have the drain plug here, and you can see the copper color washer included there. So I'll have to replace that with the one I showed you earlier. So I'm gonna dry it here and clean it. There we go. So these gloves are touchscreen friendly, so I can use my phone with the gloves on, which is nice. And they are also oil resistant for automotive work, so very good. Okay, so I'm gonna do that and wait on this to finish draining. Oh, it looks like already almost to the end there. That doesn't seem like much, maybe 2 quarts or so. We'll find out. Alright, we start the video here. Okay, so draining has completed. It took about 30 minutes for it to start just dripping, and I tightened it with the breaker bar, and now I set my let's see, my torque wrench right there. Set it to 28 foot-pounds of torque instead of 26, because usually it's between 22 to 29, so I set it to 28. So that should be good. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and tighten it now. So I'm gonna use 2 hands with that, unfortunately. Okay, so I'm using my left hand. Let's see how good that is. There you go, it clicked. So that should be it. That's all you need. 1 click and it's done. So now we move on to filling. Alright, so I'm in the filling process, and I already put 2 quarts in it. This is going to be the 3rd one, and I'll show you. Here are the 2 empty ones I already used, and I put this old oil in it, transmission oil, and 2 of them are full. So I'm gonna do this 3rd one and fill it up, and just gives me an idea of how much came out from it. And the color of this liquid is a bluish, greenish color. I shook it very well to, you know, make sure it is not anything settled in the bottom. So it's kind of greenish color, light green. Okay, I'm gonna let it sit there for for a moment to drain a little bit better, and then I'll fill this up and I'll give you an idea of how much to put in it, and then we'll go turn it on. So guys, I wasn't sure how much it will come out from it, so I bought 4 quarts, but it turns out it came out over 4 quarts, and let's see what this is, about 20 ounces. 4 quarts and 20 ounces, give or take. So these are 3 full, and the 4th one I put it in this gallon, a sweet tea gallon, and I mean a jug, and of course the 4th one had some fresh one in it, so I had to put it in here, use that, and then now I can tell I need one more. So I'm gonna have to go to Nissan tomorrow and get me one more of these, and we'll add it and see. So I'm gonna have to leave the car parked here today, so we'll finish tomorrow. Guys, I went to Nissan today to get one more quart, and the lady there was really nice. She gave it to me for free. I couldn't believe it. She said it like 3 times. I'm like, are you serious? It's free? So she was so nice. She gave it to me free since I got 4 from her on Friday, and she so I came back for another one, so she gave it to me for free, which is really nice. They are all nice over there at our Nissan dealership, and that just makes me want to go buy a car from them in the future if I want to buy a Nissan. They are very nice, and yeah, so she gave me a free one, which I'm very grateful for. So this one yesterday I got out 4 quarts plus this, so this is, let's say it's 22 ounces, and this bottle has 32 ounces. So I'm gonna pour in it all the way up to leaving about 12, maybe 14 ounces. I know it should be 10, but I'm gonna leave a little more in case it's extra. You know, I don't want to overfill it, so we'll go ahead and pour some more in there. Let's check. Yeah, it's still at like 20. Let's go down more. Still at actually above 20. Let's put some more. Now I can't see. It is like 17 ounces. Still a little bit more. Yeah, a tiny bit more. Okay, I think that's good. I'm gonna turn the car on and let it warm up, and we will check it. I can add some more, but I don't want to. I want to turn it on first, and we'll check. Let me put this down. Hold on. Alright guys, so I drove it for about 15 minutes, and I came back and I added maybe 1 or 2 more ounces to it, because when I pulled the dipstick out after driving, and I left the engine on, as you can hear, the engine is on right now. The indicator was, let me show you. Sorry, it's not focusing. There you go. Maybe now it's better. See these 2 notches? So at first the oil, the transmission CVT oil, was on the lower notch. So I added 1 or 2 more ounces and brought it up almost to the top notch. And I think that should be good. While the engine is running, this is a good level. So I'll just leave it at that. So that concludes this video, replacing a transmission fluid, CVT fluid, for a 2012 Nissan Sentra Special Edition. And yeah, if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below, and I will respond back to you. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel.